All right, what's up, guys? This is Hassan, your squad leader, and I'm here to show you my trades for the day. All right, so here's my trade on Baba. Now, this support line here is basically pre-market high, and so it opened up. The volume didn't really come in until this candle here. Um, the whole market kind of pulled back in the open. So I was really waiting to see what would kind of bounce back and show some strength. It came back up to where it opened, and then the volume started coming in. Kind of really didn't open up till here. It did that second candle after that volume came in. It did break over that high, which is what I like to see, and made a lower low here or higher low here. And so I bought the break of that. This wasn't really a clean setup though. It was really just kind of trading within itself, lots of inside bars. So I gave it a really wide stop. My stop was down here. I was really hoping to find a opportunity to add, in this area before it really took off. But I think I started looking at other things. So I didn't really get to add. And then, I look up and it's like trading up here. This here is, again, the pre-market high. So when it came up here, came back and tested that pre-market high, I went ahead and added, even though it was way up, but my first entry was way down here. So I knew it would bring my average down way under where it was at. My average was somewhere in here. So I wasn't really worried about it. So again, like I mentioned in my trade review yesterday, when something moves up, you want it to either pull back or consolidate before it makes that next move up. So really, I should have been more patient with this ad because either it was gonna pull back to VWAP and I could have added there, or it was gonna consolidate. But sometimes you don't make the best ad that you can make. But it worked out really well because it did consolidate and it stayed over this pre-market high pretty much. And my stop was still down here at my, I don't know if I had my stop at break even, but it was still way under where the price action was trading. So I pretty much just left that alone, man, and went to trade other things because it's consolidated for a long time. Um, And then I noticed it breaking out. This thing, man, I'm glad. I don't know what this was. I guess this is a dark pool wick, but my stop definitely should have been hit by it, but it was not. So thankfully for that. And then boom, it started turning up, man. So my first entry was 108.73. I added at 111, and my first out was almost 113, and then took some more out, almost 114. But man, I wanted to hold it, but my trading session ends like at around 11 o'clock, so I just can't sit here all day and let my position ride. But I knew from the daily, this thing likes to move, $5-6 on average. So I feel like it has some room, but it already made a big move, so I was just content with taking that out. But Baba was nice, 158.60 on $25 risk. All right, let's check out PDD. So PDD, it kind of had a funky open. It opened up strong and then just got hammered by selling pressure. Again, the market took a nice dip on the open, and it bounced back pretty good. I like this higher low here. I think I just wasn't. I missed this. This is actually where I would have preferred to have opened my position. I ended up getting in here, and I got in pretty heavy. I think I just kind of fat fingered this. I didn't actually calculate where I needed to put my stop in, so I just hit my. I got in with 100 shares, so I have a hotkey with 100 shares. I do a 25-cent stop because I know I'm trading 25-cent risk, and just quickly got stopped out there. And I got back in with a more reasonable share size, And that held, came up, tested this high, pushed back down, uh, tested VWAP a couple times. I thought this was a great ad here, but unfortunately, it made me have to raise my stop to keep my risk at $25, and I just got stopped right out. And so often my stop outs are actually great entries. So I just got back in, and this wasn't a great ad. I should have waited for it to pull back more. I mean, it really just went up and consolidated for a couple bars. Not a long enough consolidation to consider an entry. Really, you want to wait for it to pull back at least 50%, somewhere 60 to 40%, somewhere in that area. So, but I added light, and then it came down, and this is actually, an ideal ad spot. So I went ahead and added another half lot basically. And it was all good from there. It came up. I was feeling a little regret for not taking it out right here. Usually, when it comes to test these areas where it was rejected before, I like to put my sell order just below. But I think at the same time, I feel like if it can break that, then I know it's going to make a significant move up. So really, this sell order here was kind of silly. Either I should have had it down here, or I should have just been patient and put it up a lot higher. But it's always good to take profits. So, not mad at that at all. Took that off there. Let's see. So my average was somewhere around 62. I think it was like 62.15 or so. So this was a nice take at 62.93, and then again at 63.92. So this was actually I had these two stops here. So again, I'm only risking 25. So both of these stops was 25. So I was down about 2R, about $50 after these two trades. And I don't really trip on these little stops. They really don't hurt my feelings too bad. When you're trading and you're managing your risk, you want your risk to be something that doesn't like take you out of your game when you're wrong, because being wrong is a part of the game, and you still need to be able to play after you're wrong. And I know that if I'm right, my win is going to be way bigger than these little losses. As you can see, PDD was 158, so I lost $50, but I ended up positive 158, and that's including the negative 50 that I had from these two trades. So this was really actually the trade of the day here. This was the real home run, and that was a really nice trade, and it actually continued up quite a bit after my last take profit. But hey, I was happy with what I got from it. All right, now this Roku trade. So decent open, pulled back just like everything else again. See the SPY pulled back, came back up and made a new high. Came back, tested VWAP. I liked it right here at this point, so I went ahead and put an order over the break of this candle here. And really nice move up, really smooth move back to VWAP. I would have liked my ad to be a little tighter to this candle, but this is your ad spot right over the break of this. And just boom, worked out really well. Took profit there. I really should have taken profit at this double top area right here, but I was being patient. I was really trying to catch a much higher move, on this last leg. Like for me, if I'm going to keep a last leg, there's no point in keeping it up tight, But once I saw it bang its head at this double top, I went ahead and moved my stop up to this area. So I pretty much stopped out in the same area I took profit in the first time. But hey, $114, $25 risk. You gotta love that. You really don't need to risk a lot of money to make decent money. I know a lot of people really like throwing on 1,000 shares, and it's so risky, man. And so man, I'm really comfortable risking 25. I'm excited about moving up to 50, but I'm patient for that. So anyway, those are my best trades for today, And hope you guys had some good trades as well. Be easy.